Hello everyone. I thought I would let you know how I got on doing my 4-week Colour Your World self-help watercolour and well-being course. So I've done the very first one and we've just finished. We've just had week 4 this weekend gone. And so without going into the whole course, obviously, um, this is what everyone will have come away with at the end of it. So in week 1, we swatched out our materials that we were using. We also looked at the colours red, yellow and orange, and we made our orange by mixing the red and the yellow. And then we did this little painting, which was using our red, yellow and orange, and added some pen work on top. And of course, this is an exercise that you could use with any other colours, depending on which colour emotionally you felt that you were needing, or an emotion that you wanted to promote for yourself. So in week 2, we did blue, green and turquoise. We mixed our turquoise, and then we had a play at showing how we can change the value of the paint, or rather the hue, basically, depending on how much water we added. So we went from butter to cream to milk to coffee and to tea, because the whole course is also helping to promote watercolour as a mindful activity to promote well-being. So we did that on week 2. Then we used our green, blue and turquoise to do these sort of rectangular square shapes, and did some line work on the top, which was fun, followed by doing a little watercolor painting where we used both wet on dry and wet in wet to make a very basic, simple landscape, still only using the same 3 colours. In week 3, we looked at indigo and violet, and we had to make our violet. We then did a couple of, let's get this up the right way, a couple of pictures with berries, one with a blue, pale blue background, or sorry, pale sort of purple background, and then the other one without, and showing how what difference that can make. But that was also good practice for painting our berries, dropping another color in, so that they look more 3D than 2D. So that was great. And then we did some practice using our brush, pushing, going along, pushing down, lifting up, so that we can get to maybe do leaves and petals, and then going down, wiggling and coming up. We can get some different shaped leaves, and practicing how we can do many different things with our brushes, basically. So brushwork practice on week 3. Final week 4, we did magenta and pink, and we mixed our pink. Where are we? And we also looked at how we can make very many greens from a very small palette. So I will show you the palette that we used, which was a very simple, is that the way it opens? No, this way. Just a Daler Rowney, very simple set. And So the idea, and it just came with a hooker's green basically, which is not a very natural green. So I demonstrated and everyone followed along so that they could see that you can make very many greens using your blues, your yellows, and using the hooker's green as a mixing green. And then we also looked at making a brown and a grey with our burnt sienna and cobalt blue. One of the fun things that we did with our magenta, what colours were we using? Magenta and pink. And we could pick another colour. So I think I picked ultramarine. Just having fun doing what I call this little sampler effect. And then some very simple line and wash. So there was plenty of watercolour practice whilst learning about different colours and the kinds of things that they can promote, like you know, being calm, having clarity of thought, helping with anxiety, helping with depression, or many other things. And for each of the sessions I also did a little exercise or activity that everyone joined in with, and it's something that they could then, a self-help tool that they could use in their own spaces, in their own homes afterwards, which you know, helps us to manage our worrying and our stress levels. So yeah, there was lots in there. Learning about how colour can help us emotionally. So, you know, the psychology of colour, I suppose you might call it. And also some skills to take away to help manage stress and worry. And then also fun with watercolour, very basic, you know, starting from the beginning really, but making it fun and making it so that even in the beginning there are some things that you're able to do that you know, means that you've got an outcome, and it's not all learning. It's you're able to do a picture with what I've given you. So there we go. That's the course over 4 weeks, and each session is an hour and a half, and it was great fun. And I want to thank the lovely ladies that joined me. So I look out, because I'm going to be putting another one up there, and I think you know, an hour and a half for under £10 is not too much to ask. So the whole course is £40 for all 4 of the sessions. So yeah, look out, I'm going to be doing more, and I hope to have some fun with some other lovely participants. So there we go, that's how it all went. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.